Okay, this is Behind the Prime. I am Meow commentating on mowgliii's replay while listening to Kesha's Circuit remix of Blow. Of course, you cannot hear the music. mowgliiii is playing leesin against Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is a stupid lane opponent for leesin. I would start with Q. Try to aggressively land some Qs, like just walk up to his face and land some Qs on him, and push him out of lane. Should be a pretty easy lane. Your only concern is going to be ganks from mowgliiii. Mowgliiii could potentially go race blue and gank you at level 2. So I would possibly wait for a bit before I go full out on Cho'Gath. Or at least just make sure I'm going to be safe. mowgliiii started by pushing his lane really hard. I don't really know the point of that. He is being aggressive though, which is good. Now he has his Q. Mowgliiii has not come by now, so most likely Mowgliiii is around there in his jungle. So yeah, I'd probably just walk up to Cho'Gath in the face and try to land as many Qs as possible. Keep Cho'Gath down, should be an easy lane. I'll speed up a bit, see if anything interesting happens. mowgliiii misses a Q. Leveling Q is not essential, because regardless of how much you level it, you still get the 8% of the missing health. So as leesin lane, you can level other things. You'll still get the 8% health to execute people. So if you're in a lane where you can't really land a lot of Qs, or a lane where you need sustain, you can level other things. I would still probably go with Q most often. Right now, another Q and Ignite will kill Cho'Gath, so I'd be trying to get on top of that as soon as possible. I probably wouldn't use the Flash Q because it's a little hard to land. But there you go, Ignite, get out, easy kill. So once you get a kill, you should push your lane as fast as you possibly push the lane into the tower. Right now you should be right in the middle of the lane using your E. Push the lane into the tower and then go back and shop. You don't want to stay in lane after you got a kill. Obviously you're still stronger than him. The point isn't about Cho'Gath. The point is about not getting ganked. In a lane like this, I might press my advantage and just pick up 2 Doran's blades. Mowgliiii is now middle, so you have a bit of time to go in on Cho'Gath if you care to. You want to watch where Mowgliiii is going though. He went towards top, so he could easily be coming for you. So yeah, like I expected, he's coming for you, and luckily leesin is not very easy to gank. In a lane like this where I can win and press my advantage, I probably would just build some offense on leesin, go 2 Doran's blades. Other normal builds would be going Phage next. You need 13-15 for Phage, so... fast forward a bit, see if anything happens. Annie just killed Galio middle. And checking on CS, I see that Galio's getting his ass kicked. This should not be happening, but obviously he sucks. If other lanes are losing and you're in control of your lane, then you want to start thinking about how you can possibly help them. You know, usually I just go full out on Cho'Gath, push the wave, and you can run and gank middle afterwards. Ganking Annie is dangerous, though, because she does have a massive amount of burst, so if you're not built properly, she can just turn on you. You might not get a kill, you'll be forced to back, and you'll allow your lane to catch up. Anyways, I really think you should have backed earlier, picked up 2 Doran's Blades, and you could really be crushing him right now. I mean, obviously you can still beat him. Alright, he's low again. QRQ with Ignite would be close to enough to finish him, but probably not quite. Good, you're sneaking up behind him though, but you missed your Q. Yeah, if you could kick him towards your lane, you definitely have enough time to finish him off. Okay, like I said, you needed to back. You've stayed in lane way too long. You never shopped and got a ward. Now you're getting triple ganked. What you'll notice about players at higher elo is they go back a ton. Like, staying in lane for 8 fucking minutes, especially once you've gotten a kill and never going back, it's retarded. You know it's retarded. You just said it's retarded. Annie was missing because Galio was getting blue. What happened was Maokai gave Annie blue, and then they just went top together because they were both top side. You should be aware of this, that they're getting blue at that time of the game, and that it's quite likely they'll be coming for you. It's a really foreseeable gank, and whatever. You've decided to go Wriggles. I would not have gone this build with against your lane. The wards is of course nice from Wriggles. Wriggles is also nice to clear team objectives, but you don't really need the armor or the sustain for Cho'Gath. You have enough sustain from your W, and he's not really hurting you because you're just straight up winning the lane. So I would have just gotten offensive and kicked his ass some more. Now that you saw Cho'Gath showed middle, one thing you could do is, instead of pushing your wave, you could try to camp for him over here, place a wave, and camp him since you can beat him in a fight. Unfortunately, despite the fact that you are winning the lane, you have not really kept him down in CS. Cho'Gath is pretty hard to keep down in CS because of his ability to farm from long range, and he also has a Philo Stone. Both of these things mean that he's actually going to be getting more gold than you. Yeah, with Cho'Gath, when you can't go into long engages, because, you know, he'll most likely land Ruptures, put them right in front of him. So you kind of need to go in, back off, let him miss his abilities, and then re-engage. Right there, if you want to be super pro, what you could have done is, as you saw Shyvana coming, you could have flashed behind him and kicked him towards Shyvana. She would have been able to finish him off since she has the red buff. You can still pull something similar right now, of course. You missed that. You're too hesitant about flash ulting him, so you weren't able to kick him towards Shyvana. You made him waste flash though, so your flash is up and his isn't. That's always good. When you're able to take advantage of your lane and you have somebody like leesin with a Wriggles, it's great to start counter jungling. Unfortunately, it's a lot harder to do on this side of the map because the wolves are so much farther away than the double golems are. But if ever you see the Maokai show himself bottom, you can run towards his wolves and try to take them as long as your wave is pushed up. Also, if you ever see Shyvana counter jungling that area or going for a gank bottom, then you know she's not coming top for a while, so you can go take your own double golems. Of course, another thing you could do at this point in the game is, when you have a lane advantage, is try to push your wave, go back, and then run and do dragon with your team. Of course, Cho'Gath has teleport and you don't, so you cannot do that. And now you see Cho'Gath just teleported. Oh, he tried to teleport and changed his mind because his team won anyway. Oh, because you kicked him. Never mind. So that was very good of you, stopping Cho'Gath's teleport. I would, right now, is when the blue should be spawning. So I'd be going to check that. Good job. If you're going to leave a mini golem alive, it's often good to leave a ward there, because you want to be able to get the timer on blue. You left the mini golem alive, which means they're not going to get blue that soon. But unfortunately, it also means when they do get blue, you won't know when it's going to be reviving afterwards, unless you go and ward it later on. So that's the thing. When you're counter jungling early game as a jungler or something, often you want, for the buffs, you want to kill everything just so that you can get the timer on it. And you'll have the timer and your opponent won't, so you'll be able to get there as soon as it spawns. Cho'Gath is now going Wit's End next item.